I'm going to speak about the importance of genetic resources for adaptation to climate change in drylands. We are all aware that greenhouse gas emissions have led to global warming, and there are more intense tropical cyclones with faster wind speeds, floods, heavy precipitation, contraction of rainy days, frequent droughts, and a rise of temperature. We also by now are aware of the fact that there are impacts which are adverse on the yield of various important food crops, ranging anywhere between 10 to even 20%. And in that respect, we have to now think globally and act locally to address the concerns of climate change by having proper adaptation through those varieties which are short in duration, which can also yield better under new cropping systems. And we have to look for mitigation strategies by offsetting the causal factors to reduce the emission of greenhouse gases. We have to have an adaptation strategy so that in future we are able to maybe go to higher elevations for raising apple, as is the case now in Japan, or to have varieties of shorter duration to grow in different agroecologies because of the changes in the climate. And for that matter, we have to look at our rich agrobiodiversity. Fortunately, it is a real asset. We need to explore, research, and use it judiciously. Time is in fact running out. There is urgent need to strengthen research, institutions, and human resource, and we also need good policy support and public awareness. We have to look for those varieties which are more tolerant and are of short duration in nature and have better quality and also are dual purpose so that they meet both food and fodder demands. And for that, we have to search for uh, whether these are the trees, whether these are the shrubs, whether these are creepers, even for sand dune stabilization, or the cattle to be raised in harsh climates, uh, temperature ranging between 45 to 50 degrees Celsius, or even buffaloes to give better milk under heat stresses, and to have grasses which have better yielding ability and good for uh, better performance of livestock. We have to conserve all the genetic resources that we have in our national gene banks and also in the international centers and use these genetic resources by harnessing new science and new science through genome editing, genetically modified crops, or using bioinformatics and artificial intelligence, and go in for new science, precision agriculture, and eco-regional planning, and provide intellectual property rights for searching the new genes and using them for gene pyramiding so that we have drought tolerant and flood tolerant varieties for our future use. Emphasis need to be now on good institutions, basic and strategic research, and capacity development. Institutions for work on plants, animal, fish, livestock, and also for micro organisms. And we must have best possible infrastructure for research, and we have to now think in terms of increasing the carbon sequestration through the options like that of conservation agriculture and agroforestry. We have to go in for dual pillar approach for natural resource management, look for crops that are good for dryland areas, and also go in for the climate smart agriculture and go in for conservation agriculture, provide incentives to farmers for the environmental services. And if we do all these, we can see that agriculture will not be considered in future as a source, but also as a solution. Climate smart agriculture should be a national priority. Increased R&D funding is required. Strong coordination and collaboration needed, and emission-oriented action by all nations is critical.